everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers as they match up with Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley. And we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers make their way out. The Killer Bees are no more. Only one remains, and that's their quarterback, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger.
Ready? Black 20. 53. Mike. Hey, watch the ball.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Let's go.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
53. Hey, watch the slam.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. There are the numbers for McDonald from a week ago. 8 catches, 77 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. That's caught, the former USC Trojan, Xavier Grimble. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
Black 80.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. To the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Roethlisberger. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. A look now at the starters on this 49er defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Big stop, G.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here comes Pettis on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. 7 catches, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Matt Breida of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hatch it. Hey, switch gears. Stick.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Now a look at the defensive starters here for the Steelers. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
Crunch time, defense.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
11 yards there, first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run again with Samuels on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Samuels. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
White 80s.
Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the stick.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams. An 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And that's blocked. The Steelers get it. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Partners, you well know every blocked punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Coleman, he'll have a first down past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
One, Omaha.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Finding Bourne here over the middle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Noah Spence coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Good one, able to haul it in. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line.
Here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, a 22.
Here we go.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Bud Dupree. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Back at the 5-yard line now. Second and goal.
21. 12, fellas. Here we go.
On second down, it's Coleman fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Here's the fullback. This is Roosevelt Nix. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Here we go. Last 30.
Check 53, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preach, it's coach, it's thought about.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. To throw is Garoppolo. Coleman has it here right side. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Alert 3.
11.
198. Watch smooth. Too little, Pep. 198. Watch that.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Lock.
Garoppolo again. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. Eli Manning has a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Well, they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Here we go. What do you need?
It's a game of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
6, 6, 6, 6.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Samuels. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
16 yards, a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Able to find Switzer. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
They'll run on first down. It's Connor. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, a run with Connor. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll boost their lead to 9. It's 17-8. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Coleman. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Here we go.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
He's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. 20! And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple, Garoppolo flush to his, and he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Throwing now is Garoppolo, eluding the pressure, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Under review. After review of the play,
they had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Now Gold for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score now.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. So minutes after giving up the lead in the 4th quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down, up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight, though, on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know that.
There he goes, right side. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo as his guys are able to regain the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here? Garoppolo to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. He's going to let this one go deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even changed game planning a little bit in order to make things better for him.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd down now. It's Connor, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And McDonald here over the middle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Roethlisberger now complete to Switzer. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger got his man complete over the middle. That's McDonald. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Connor on first down, working his way forward for about 4 yards. Second down coming up. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nick Bosa brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Here we go. Right there, 55. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly 1 minute to go in the football game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, alert! 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 11. He's checking. Crash!
This is Coleman. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Here we go. 180. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Black 80.
Nice, sweetheart.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the 49ers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.